Hey guys, Miss Marcus here, and as you can see, we're back playing some PES 2015 today, Master League, and this is the penultimate episode, as you can probably tell from the title of this video, penultimate episode of Season 2, and basically, this will, by the end of the episode, you will know if we're going to be in the Champions League final or not, and you will know if we're close to winning the league or not, basically, essentially, that's it. So, essentially, okay, so in this game we have 3 games for you today in today's episode. Both matches against Schalke, so both semi-final legs against Schalke, and 1 match against Manchester City, where you probably see me have the worst game of my PES career ever against the computer. So yeah, I have great fun in that and just take the piss out of me for what you'll see as probably the worst performance you'll ever see anyway. But anyway, I digress so much. As we have the first leg against Schalke, the goddamn German side from Germany. Okay, so of course against we played a really good game. We've already beaten the likes of Chelsea, beaten Barcelona to get to this point in the Champions League, and of course we're playing our strongest side against Schalke. The likes of Tadic came in, Graziano Pella was out, Stevan Jovetic up front, Jay Rodriguez on the left hand side, James Ward-Prowse, Schneiderlin, Nathaniel Klein was back. It was absolutely amazing. Fraser Forster in goal, having saved that penalty against Chelsea. Just absolutely fantastic. Schalke's side, it was a little bit weird, to be honest. Other than Julian Draxler, Huntelaar, Uchida, Goretzka, and Meyer and Sam, I hadn't really heard of many of the other players, which was it's interesting because it's good to always expand your football knowledge when you're a football fan. So the game kicked off, of course, with us as the kickoff because we're the home side. But my god, the nerves in this game are so goddamn high because I know how good Schalke can be and how good Julian Draxler can be. But in the 4th minute of the match, Draxler runs past a couple of my players, gives it to Huntelaar, and Huntelaar gets a shot away. Unfortunately for me, it hits the post when it really probably should have went in. And literally about 5 or 6 minutes later, Belhanda runs past Hoger, gets a shot away. It's a great save from the goalkeeper. It comes out to Jay Rodriguez. Rodriguez turns, gives a shot, and gets another shot away, and he gives us a 1-0 lead on about 15 minutes on the clock. So Jay Rodriguez doing what he always does, scoring those goals in the most pivotal time in the match, basically in the first 15-20 minutes. But when 20 minutes into the actual match here, Badstuber goes flying in with a tackle on Julian Draxler, and I thought it was going to be a yellow card. Referee gives me a straight goddamn red, so Badstuber will be out of the second leg match against Schalke, but it will, if we get to the final, be there for that. So of course, with this logic, we were 1-0 up at half-time, but down to 10 men. So I sort of changed things about a little bit at half-time. I think I moved Schneiderlin back into the defence midfield slot, and I put Tadic in I moved Schneiderlin from the defence midfield slot into the centre-back slot, and I moved Tadic into defence midfield. I don't know what was going on there with that throw-in, by the way. That's just ridiculous game logic. But in the 57th minute of the match, James Ward-Prowse runs past about 4 or 5 players with getting a shot away. Unfortunately for me, it's just wide off the right hand post. But in the 66th minute of the match, Tadic on the ball here runs past Sidney Sam, who's not going to do anything to stop him. Hoger tries to come out and stop him, doesn't do much, and it comes out to Belhanda. Belhanda from a really acute angle gets a shot away, and it's an absolutely amazing strike as he pings it basically gets into the side netting. Nothing the goalie can do about it to give us a 2-0 lead against Schalke, with literally about 10 or 15 minutes left on the clock. So it's a pretty decent job from us, as we basically come here in the 78th minute of the match, as you see James Ward-Prowse testing the goalkeeper from quite far out, and again you see Schneiderlin going in with a crazy tackle in the last minutes of the match, but an absolutely great challenge, nothing wrong with it. As we see here, Tadic runs past a couple of players, gets the ball away, and that was it. So a 2-0 win against Schalke at home to basically cement us with an opportunity to get to the Champions League final, which is a pretty big deal because, it's a Champions League final. But Schneiderlin, of course, got man of the match with 7.5 rating. He was absolutely fantastic in the midfield. And in the other result, Real Madrid beat AC Milan 3-0 away from home. So essentially, if I get to the final, it will be against Real Madrid, which is gonna be goddamn hard. Really goddamn hard. But as you can see here, okay, this is the reason I failed so badly against Manchester City. As you see my squad at the current moment, a little bit of tiredness here and there, but of course I wanted to have my strongest squad available for the second leg against Schalke. So I put Gazzaniga in goal. I had Ryan Bertrand at left back, Wanyama and Pacini as my centre defence and my centre back pairing, Jack Cork at right back, Davis in centre midfield, James Ward-Prowse was maybe the only player who actually started the match, which was like quite good. Joel Campbell up front, Gnabry on the left, Mane on the right, and Dusan Tadic, who's a pretty decent player himself, playing in the attacking midfield role. So basically terrible is how good my squad was. Goddamn terrible. So going up against Manchester City, they wanted to get a lot of revenge. Of course, I think they were like 2 or 3 points behind me at the end of the last episode, and they're basically pissed off because they're not going to win the title. Well, they shouldn't win the title anyway. And they're playing their strongest side. I'm playing basically my weakest side. Well, one of my weakest side. I should have probably put Badstuber in because, you know, he's going to be out in the next game anyway with a red card. But it was poor. Well, with hindsight's a great thing, eh? But anyway, the game kicked off, and my god, okay, Man City just completely destroyed me in this match. As you've seen the 7th minute of the match here, Aguero on the ball runs past Pacini like he's basically not there, and just pings it past Gazzaniga to make it 1-0 to them with literally like 5 minutes on the clock. I score maybe like some goals of the season here. As you see here, Dusan Tadic just scores maybe the best finesse shot you'll ever see anyone ever score in PES, as I score from maybe about 25 yards out on the angle, which is just crazy. But I mean, I think I scored 2 good goals in this game, but my god, in the 32nd minute of the match, Aguero on the ball plays a nice easy through ball through to Mandzukic. Gazzaniga comes flying out. I didn't actually make Gazzaniga come flying out, he just came flying out himself, and Mandzukic makes it 2-1 to Manchester City. Here we probably should have scored there with Joel Campbell. Joel Campbell really has not proved he's that good for my club at all. And in the 42nd minute of the match here, Mandzukic gets played for on goal again by Aguero, and Mandzukic scores his 2nd goal of the game to make it 3-1 just before half-time. So the half-time result was only 3-1 to Manchester City, which was, it was bad, but it wasn't too bad, and the worst is still yet to come, which says quite a lot, because, you know, we're being beaten 3-1 at home. And basically in the 47th minute of the match here, Pacini goes flying in with a tackle on Sergio Aguero. Personally, for me, that is a red card, and the referee advised, as you'd expect, to give him a straight red card, basically making no substitutions. Again, they get the most ridiculous penalty I've ever seen, as, well, the 2nd most ridiculous penalty, and Wanyama gets sent off about 5 or 6 minutes later. So, yeah, I don't know how this is even a penalty, but, yeah, I mean, it's the same with the Alexis Sanchez one, it made no sense. But 51 minutes on the clock, we're down to 9 men. Yaya Toure pings it right down the centre as I go flying to my right and makes it 4-1. So we're down to 9 men with literally about 40 minutes left in the match, as Dusan Tadic here runs past Yaya Toure, runs past about 3 or 4 players, gets a shot away, and it pings off, I think, the back of Demichelis, and it goes flying into the back of the net to make it 4-2, and I was like, the hope is not down, we can still win this match. Really, I don't know why I thought that, but in the 73rd minute there, Dusan Tadic did actually, well, as you see here, Mandzukic straight from goal from one pass, and because I didn't really make any changes. I sort of tried to bring out Gazzaniga by playing as him, didn't really work completely, and Mandzukic makes it a hat-trick for him and makes it 5-2 to Manchester City. And into the last 10 minutes of the match here, for some reason, Ryan Bertrand, just go back there and watch Ryan Bertrand get taken out by Mandzukic on the floor. Aguero scores his 2nd goal of the match. Gazzaniga, I'm not sure what he's doing there in the 87th minute of the match here, and then I completely take out who was it again? I think it's Scott Sinclair. I take out Jack Cork. I get another yellow card, another penalty to Manchester City, and another opportunity for Yaya Toure to add to his goal tally of 2, and he does not do that. He actually misses the penalty. I jumped the right direction, which I'm happy about, but I'm not really that happy about. But but yeah, in the last minutes of the match here, basically Aguero just runs past all my players. James Ward-Prowse is basically dead. I really probably should have substituted him, but I didn't substitute him at all. Aguero just runs past a couple more players, waits, opportunity comes to him, and he pings it back to net to make it 2 hat-tricks in the game for Mandzukic and for Sergio Aguero. So, yeah, 7-2. We got destroyed 7-2. So my confidence was at an all-time low. But I was like, well, who cares? I'm going into a Champions League semi-final, and they're struggling in the league. So, yeah, well, they're not struggling in the league. They were like 3rd or something in the league, or something ridiculous like that. As you see there, they actually went above me by beating me, but we're still 11 points clear of, well, 9 points clear of Liverpool. So, basically, there was like no way they could come back, because Liverpool, there was only 3 games left in the season in the Premier League, so it wasn't too bad. But going into the 2nd leg against Schalke. Now, Schalke, in the 1st leg, we didn't destroy them, but we did a pretty decent job of playing against them. And for some reason, I decided to play Graziano Pelle up front in this match, and I of course had to play Gardos at the back, because of course Badstuber was out. So playing a little not weak inside, because there was no way it was going to be weak in any way, as the likes of Alderweireld, Belhanda, Gio Rodriguez, Jovetic, Tadic. I mean, it was a great side, as you see here. I think James Ward-Prowse didn't make it into the squad, considering he played 2 games in a row, and basically, well, he played in the 7-2 Mullen, so quite bad. That sounds terrible when you actually talk about it. 7-2. 7-2. Jesus Christ. Anyway, likes of Uchida and whatnot played for Schalke, of course. Huntelaar missing opportunities in the first leg. Probably should have scored like 2 goals in the first leg very easily, but again, if I had Huntelaar, I'd probably won the league this season. So I think Graziano Pella didn't really do much in the first half of the season, which is a bit bad for him, basically. The likes of Farman, actually Howardez was one of our players I actually recognised. Of course you recognise Benedict Howardez, he's the bloody World Cup winner, woo! Because he played for Germany. But yeah, I'm completely digressing here because I'm just waiting for the game to kick off, because this game was just so fantastic to play in. It was just great fun to play, and it was just great. But again, Graziano Pella played up front in this match. We had Rodriguez on the left and Jovetic on the right. Belhanda and Tadic actually both played in the centre midfield bit, with Schneiderlin sitting back in the defence midfield. And one of the things I wanted in this particular match was to get no red cards, so that I could go into the final if I got there with basically a full strength squad, rather than being like diminished by people being suspended. So in this 20th minute of the match here, Julian Draxler gets played for on goal. Alderweireld for some reason stops running, and Julian Draxler pings it with his right foot, which is his weaker foot, past Fraser Forster to make it 1-0 literally in the first 20 minutes of the match. And I was a bit nervous, because, you know, of course, making it 2-1, 2-1 probably is, well, 2-1 in aggregate is the most dangerous goal in it. But, no, don't know what I'm saying. But Belhanda just comes out of basically nowhere and just pings it into the back of the net. It's like an RKO out of nowhere. And literally pings it in the back of the net and tells the crowd to like shut the hell up. As we basically made it 1-1 about 2 or 3 minutes after they actually scored. But in the 42nd minute here, Huntelaar gets played for on goal, gets an opportunity, and Huntelaar, having missed all his opportunities in the first leg, doesn't miss that opportunity there, as he makes it 2-1 on 2-1 on the day, and 2-3 on aggregate to Schalke. As basically they trying so hard to bring it back, but of course they didn't have an away goal. So with no away goal for them, I just had to hope that I could basically either score another goal or just hold out at this thing, or concede one more and then hold out. So coming up to the 62nd minute of the match here, again they can play another ball through to Huntelaar. Huntelaar runs past, he gets past Fraser Forster. Unfortunately for me, I'm just there to sort of just be there in the opportunity to just stop myself from conceding again. And basically from that, I get the counter attack with Jay Rodriguez. Just runs past a couple of players, no one stops him at all, and Jay Rodriguez gets an opportunity away, and he just unfortunately hits it just wide of the post. But into the last minutes of the match here, as another long ball gets played for on goal, Julian Draxler through on goal, Alderweireld comes flying back with a great challenge. Referee this time doesn't give a penalty for some ridiculous reason, and fortunately for me, I get an opportunity away. And in the last minutes of the match here, Pella probably should have scored from the corner kick, but I didn't really care too much. I really just cared about actually defending properly, which I did do a really goddamn good job in this game, until this, when Huntelaar gets played for on goal in the last minutes of the match. Fraser Forster comes flying out, makes probably the greatest save of all time. And then basically it comes out, and from the resulting corner kick, Fraser Forster again makes a really good save. For some reason he palms it out when he probably could have just caught it. And then from the resulting throw-in, they don't really do much with it. They try and throw it long into the box. It doesn't really work, as Alderweireld's there to head it out. It comes out to, I think it was Belhanda. Belhanda just plays it out to Jovetic, to Rodriguez on the left-hand side. But we lost 2-1 on the day, but we won 3-2 on aggregate. So we're going to be in the Champions League final. Oh yeah! But again, there's still like 2 minutes left in this video. So why is that? So because of this, I was sacrificing something else, and I sacrificed the Premier League. Now, you'll see in a moment what happens basically from this, but of course, the semi-final, AC Milan actually won 2-0 away from home, but they didn't have enough, and they were going to be facing Real Madrid in the next episode against in the Champions League final. But as you see here, I just went through and just skipped the rest of the remaining matches in the Premier League. We drew 2-2 with Tottenham, beat Leicester 2-0, and we beat Hull City 3-0. And you also see that the FA Cup was finished, and Chelsea won 4-0, and Diego Costa was beast, and Alderweireld was actually in the team of the year. But the final fixture, as you can see there, Arsenal won the title. They've won the title with 90 points. Great opportunity for Arsenal. Arsenal actually the club I support in real life. So it's always good seeing those players. Aaron Ramsey won the Player of the Season. Diego Costa was the top goal scorer in the Premier League, and Arsene Wenger was Manager of the Season. Alaba, Ramsey, Gerrard, Di Maria. But for us, we had Alderweireld and Nathaniel Klein, and Hugo Lloris was in goal for the Team of the Year. So the next episode will be the Champions League final against Real Madrid. So yeah, you don't really want to miss that one. It'll be out tomorrow, literally at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon in my time. So enjoy it when you goddamn see it, because you will enjoy it. So if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more, and catch you later.